Hello, everybody. Uh, so this is an unscheduled event on an unscheduled night. We were supposed to do this on Monday night, but my allergies were bugging me, and Angela was kind enough to be able to squeeze us in tonight. So we are here to do some garden readings. And in case you don't know what the garden is, I'm going to drop my camera down. So avert your gaze for a moment just so you can see what the garden is. Hopefully it captures it. And there you are. And so the garden is set up here. We have air, water, fire, earth. And then we have different columns that go around here. And then we have the chakras that go around on the outside. And we use these crystals to toss into the garden to form the reading.
Yep.
Basically explains it, right? And of course, we have our cards out as well. Now, this is the garden that everyone sees Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden using. And Angela and I are members of Nancy Jean's channel, and so we have gardens and we practice, and so we thought we'd give it a whirl. So be kind is what I'm asking. So for those of you that don't know, this is Angela, aka Cartomancy Mesquite, and she's gonna help us with this little experiment. If I can find my SpaghettiOs, my thing is gone. My sticky note. I will find it and stick Angela's link into the chat box. Let's say hi to Gerald and to NJS55 and to Ellen, to anyone else who may be lurking in the background. We thank you for being here. Yeah, you get to see how Nancy Jean's garden works.
Yep.
So, Angela, why don't you tell them about the stones that are in the garden that we toss?
Okay, the stones we have, the sodalite is clarity. The pyrite is grounding. The orange calcite is your body. The amethyst is spirit. And the fuchsite is mind.
There we go. And so, it's funny because when we came backstage, I said to Angela, I said, which way is your north? And she's like, what?
North.
Okay, now I know that sounds like a crazy question, but I'm positive that one time when we were with Nancy Jean in the community the community group, that there was a discussion about the north. Remember when we had to get out the phones, we got our compasses and the whole thing, and so that's why I asked. I wasn't losing my mind that I didn't know what north was. It was just Oh, okay, Deb. I hope you feel better, friend. Have a nice little snooze.
Yep, get some sleep, girl.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Sin. Ellen, I would love to give you a wrench. Bear with me here while I gotta tune in on my phone. Make sure my volume is down so I don't hurt anyone while I'm doing this. Anybody else want a wrench while I'm at it? I think everyone who... Hi, Isabella. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Isabella. Glad you're here. Hi, Jaded. So if anyone would like a reading, you can pretty much ask anything that you want. We prefer not to read on medical questions or sort of financial questions. But anything else is sort of fair game. And like I said, we're using the gardens right now. For those of you that are just joining, avert your gaze. I will show you one more time the garden that we're using. This is the garden, and we throw our stones into the garden for the readings. We also have our cards out. Because we are card readers. With the garden helping us. So here we go. So we've got Sin would like a reading. Anybody else? Anybody else? Who would like a reading? Absolutely, Jaded. I got you. Hi, Thomas. Absolutely, Ellen. You guys are being so kind with the generals. I appreciate all of you. Absolutely, Isabella. Absolutely, Thomas. Okay, that's pretty much everybody. Woohoo! Yes.
There we go.
All right. So in no particular order, let's start with Isabella.
Okay.
Okay. Absolutely, Gerald. Okay. Interesting that everything fell like really, really close together.
Did it? Yeah, mine did too.
There you go. All right, I gotta get my crystals in order here so I know which is which. Now we have a sheet here that we are using. So in case you're wondering what takes us so long, we have to figure out where everything meets on this sheet. And if it was on one side, it would be great. But because it's on two sides, it makes it slightly complicated. Where is the heck path forward? Path forward, where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Where is the path forward? I can't see it.
Top of one page.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, hello, right in front of you. Okay, so this is what I've got for you, Isabella. So we start off with the orange calcite, which is in the sort of bordering on the path forward and earth. So the orange calcite is for your mind, and on the path forward, it is asking you to watch for signs and keeping your mind open, as it is sort of also in the earth category. Its final thoughts on a situation are coming towards you. And so that sort of speaks to me about, if you're trying to make a decision about something or you're having some difficulty in terms of maybe you're procrastinating or trying to zero in on something for like clarity purpose, right? You're trying to focus on something. We have the amethyst in earth, and that's for your spirit. And that is spirit transforming, but not yet finished. And so what that means is that your connection, your vibration is amping up, right? Your enlightenment, if you will, is increasing. And sometimes that can cause a lot of questions, right? A lack of clarity, because you're not necessarily always knowing that that's what's happening to you. And so you may find yourself saying, well, what the heck is happening? I don't understand what's happening. Why do I feel the way that I do? The sodalite is in the present, and the present this is your clarity. And what it's saying is clarity of the variety of paths. And so I believe that this is some sort of spiritual enlightenment, like that, this is what this is looking like. Now you have the pyrite in your air element, and your pyrite is for your grounding. And this is mental actions are the path for your abundance. So this whole reading is all about your clarity and your focus, right? The last stone that we have is the fuchsite, and it's in water, and that helps from grounding elements. So I would say take yourself out into nature, feet in the earth if you can, hands in the earth if you can, gardening, whatever, hand on the bark of a tree, listen to some rippling water or something of that nature. The quietness and the serenity of nature is going to help sort of bring that clarity to you. That's what I've got for you. What have you got, my friend?
Well, it's kind of funny. This is like the other half of your reading.
Okay, excellent.
Because I've got her fuchsite, orange calcite, and amethyst in water. So she's all up in her fields. And that's what's pulling her from being ungrounded. So what she really needs to do is just go for that grounding. Look for patterns of the past. Look for all of her patterns up until now. And see how things have gone to kind of steer her in the current direction and where she wants to go now, going forward.
Perfect.
Yep.
Beautiful. So that's what we have for Isabella. So I hope that resonates with you, Isabella. Whoops, sorry. I think I just unstarred somebody that I wasn't supposed to unstar.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it happens.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy, because I lost my sticky note. Okay. Let's go to Sin next.
Okay.
And a general read is good. Hi, Vivian. Fellow garden thrower. Absolutely, Sue. Hi, Ron. Isabella says, thank you. Yes, it explains a lot. And also my fuzzy head validates a lot, too. Good. Good. Do you let me know if you're ready or you want me to go?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Isabella says, procrastination is my best friend. I can relate to that very well.
Yep.
Okay.
Grounding, that's all.
Absolutely. All right. So, Sin, what we have here, we have your, we're going to start with your calcite. Your calcite is in fire. And the fire element for calcite, remember that the calcite is about your mind. And this is, do not become tied to false energy of the past. So I'm not sure if there's a situation that you've been thinking about from, before, or maybe something has reminded you of a situation from before. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Your sodalite is in the air element, and that is for your clarity. Be sure your thoughts are clear. So I feel like this is a situation of think twice before you react or you do something. And I haven't even gotten to all the stones yet. we have the pyrite in the future, and that's your grounding. And that is all the gifts are not yet recognized. We have your sorry, not your fuchsite in the sacral chakra, and that is for your body. So your sacral chakra is your creativity. Energy will be freed by using creativity. Now your amethyst, get this, is right in the conjunction between true, the tree of life, harmony, the crown, enlightenment, the future, the air, and the water. Literally smack dab right on that little arrow. So, where is my amethyst? So, actions without your spirit is empty. Spirit harmonizes all of your efforts. Be patient. The transmutation is not ready. Spirit transforms thinking, and transmutation is completed. Now, what's interesting about that is that sounds like I contradicted myself, but I'm literally reading from the chart. And so I feel like if potentially there's a situation that has happened to you in the past, maybe even in a past life, that is being brought forward, and you're not quite sure of that lesson yet, or you're just starting to sort of like pick up on it. If that does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining that right. I feel like you have an inclination, but you're not quite positive about it. So while Angela throws her stones, I want to pull a couple of cards, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I have your sodalite or your clarity in the future and present, and that's ideals. Ideas planted at this time will flourish, and clarity of the variety of paths. So you've got several ways to go here.
Yeah.
What I've got, and then your mind, orange calcite, is in path forward, which is mind is open. Watch for signs. There you go. You're going to need those signs if you've got several paths ahead of you. Then your pyrite, which is your grounding, and your body, which is your fuchsite, are both in earth. So you got physical changes coming, and more is to be brought forward. So you've got a whole lot of information coming. You know, you kind of need to be ready for it. And then I've got your amethyst. It's in the past. You have missed how transformation has already happened. That means some of your transmutation has already happened. So you've got to see what you've gone through already, and that'll give you a clue as to what you've got coming.
Well, so Sin has said, "I'm working on the shadow stuff, but not understanding all," and that's totally okay.
Yeah, but you've got clarity coming.
I want to say trust it.
Yeah.
Trust the process, trust the journey. And sometimes when we're in these journeys, they can be really difficult, right?
Yep.
It's important to be grounded and, do self-care and all of those things to help you as you navigate this journey. And I'm not being smart when I say that. It's important because if you skip and want just to hurry up and get it done with, sometimes you won't learn all that you need to learn, and then the experience isn't as fulfilling as it could be, if that makes sense. What I pulled just as an additional card, we've got conscious steps, considered action, and looking forward.
There you go.
So that's about your clarity. That's about the journey. That's about understanding the lessons. And something that strikes me is about the creativity. There are lots of ways to release things and get things out of ourselves without having to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to release it now, right?
Mhm.
You can draw, you can journal, you can, crochet, you can do things like that that will help you, automatic writing. There's many things that you can do that will help get it out of you without you feeling like you're doing it. Mirror work, journaling, all of these kinds of things can really help you. And I would say to you, a little exercise that you could try is in your journal, think of a memory, whatever it might be, Christmas 1979 kind of idea, and get as detailed as possible about a specific moment, right? The pattern on the couch and the pattern on the cushion and the pattern on the drapes. And the more details that you can remember, the more creative juices you're stirring up, and the happier you're going to be about that specific memory if you can zone in just on those details that are sort of insignificant, or that most people would think are insignificant, because what you're doing is you're remembering the time, but you're not remembering necessarily anything about it. It's just about what color was on the walls, if that makes sense. It's a little thing that I did when I was in grief therapy. And basically the idea was that when we were thinking about someone that we had lost, that we could focus in on those details, and the insignificant details is what is going to sort of counteract the sadness of the situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also using the creative juices, because you're really getting very detail oriented about your exercise. I don't know if that'll help or not, but it's been getting back into journal after a long time away. Yeah, journaling is so therapeutic if you allow it to be. So I hope that helps, and thank you so much for asking the question. All right, we've got Jaded up next. Okay. Hi, everyone that's popped in. Jay is here. And Esther is here, and Thomas is here. You're welcome, Sin. Thanks for letting us practice on you. Do you want me to go, or do you want to go?
I can go.
Okay, you go.
Okay. I've got your pyrite, or your grounding is in the third eye, and that brings an abundance to life, including manifesting your vision. So whatever you've been working on manifesting, it's coming toward you. And then your spirit is in path forward. And that's balance your energy to move ahead. So you just make sure that your energy is balanced, that you're grounded and ready to go, and you'll keep moving. You'll be on your way. Your body fuchsite stone is in earth, and that's physical changes are coming. And then your clarity is in fire, and that's use your ideas. Use the ideas you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. So you've got things coming up in your future, and it looks like good things. Your mind, your orange calcite, is in fire, and that's do not become tied to false energy of the past. So you got to think of your past with more clarity, a little more honesty. Just give it a good hard look rather than just running with it.
Beautiful. And Jaded says, nice, I've been manifesting, visualizing.
Good deal.
Hi, Gypsy JJ. I did get your question, by the way. All right, Jaded, this is what I have got for you. So I've got your sodalite in the tree of life. And so the sodalite, which is your clarity, your path is blessed with clarity and wisdom.
Ooh, nice.
That's a lovely way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Your amethyst is in air. And that is on the other side of the page. Sorry. So spirit transforms thinking. Your calcite, which is your mind, is in the water element, and let go of limitations. And I kind of love that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. Your pyrite is in the sacral creativity. Sorry, I can't read upside down. Apologize. That's pyrite, right? On the other side of the page. Okay, so manifestation is supercharged at this time. And lastly, your fuchsite is in the solar plexus, and that is so orange calcite for your, the fuchsite is for your body, and this is the solar plexus, which is your power. And it says body will bring forth power. So working on you, it's interesting because the sacral chakra is your creativity and your solar plexus chakra is your power seat. So if you can boost up that feeling of like, I'm going after it, I can do it, like really sort of light a fire under your butt, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to start to feel what the rest of the stones are saying, and that is that you are going through or coming up to a transformative sort of state, and that you will have this immense clarity. Now, the creativity, again, is coming out here for you. So be mindful of the creativity, because there's lots of ways to do things like that, right? There's lots of ways to express yourself, as I said already. So Jaded says, yes, I understand. True, I will continue to let go. I'm very creative. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we are, Thomas. So I hope that makes sense, Jaded, and I thank you for being here and asking the question. Thanks for letting us read. We are doing the Oracle Garden of Nancy, from Nancy Jean. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Ellen R. is on deck.
Okay.
Let's put it this way: we're trying. We're not Nancy Jean, but we're trying. I did run this by and say, hey, Nancy Jean, is it okay? And she's like, absolutely. You have the garden, you can do it. Oh, great. Thank you, Jaded. I'm glad that it resonates, my friend. It's very serious. Like, when I throw cards, I don't feel like, even though I feel like we're serious, I don't feel like this feels very intense, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
I feel like I'm like doing the first reading I've ever done or something. This is funny. Just goes to show you can teach an old dog a new trick.
Yep.
So to speak. You want to go or you want me to? You go first.
Okay.
No pressure.
Right. Your grounding is in third eye and your throat or truth chakra. And that is boosts self-esteem for your own self-expression and brings an abundance to the life, including manifesting your vision. So you've got some good things coming your way. Your mind or orange calcite is in path forward. And that's the mind is open, watch for signs. So you're going to be getting signs and signals as to what's coming up. Your body is in false. So listen to your body signals. You're not paying attention to those. You'll need to give those a lot more attention to catch those signs and signals of what's coming forward for you. Your sodalite is in earth. You may have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. So you need to listen to those body signals to catch that path. And then your spirit or your amethyst is in sacral chakra. Here inspires creative energy. So you're going to use your creativity to bring those signals and signs to your focus.
Love
So you
that.
need to play around with things. Just have a good time. Be a little kid again.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we can all afford to, let our hair down a little bit, so to speak, and, just sort of have a little bit more fun. Gosh knows that we all deserve it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So I have, we start with your orange calcite in the Tree of Life, which is harmony. I seem to be liking the Tree of Life tonight, which, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's beautiful. So the orange calcite is for your mind. So this is opening to radiant guidance. I love that. I feel like we could stop right there, but I'm not going to. Just it sounds so beautiful and so joyful, right?
And complete too.
Open to radiant guidance. I mean, just
take all that in.
Yeah, what else is there to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your pyrite is in the root chakra, which is your security. And that is energizing the understanding of what makes us secure. So building up your sense of power, your sense of power, like self, and standing in your power, that kind of idea. Your fuchsite, which is your body, is in the sacral chakra. And that is energy will be freed by using creativity. So there's that. We have your amethyst in the water element, and that's transmutation is completed, which is beautiful. And your sodalite is in the fire element, and that is use the ideas you carry from your past and past life for a solution. So I would be very interested to know, Ellen, if you have ever drawn or have dreams, like a reoccurring dream that is somehow connected to a past life. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I imagine so from that reading. Yeah.
So if you're getting, or I don't know, maybe you resonate with you watch a movie and you're like it feels very deja vu-y. I feel like I've been there before. If there's a particular time period in history that you feel like you resonate, there's something about that for you. And I think that if you've, so I've had dreams about past life or fragments of them. There you go. There you go. So I would say to take that a step further, try to maybe draw it or paint it, or try to ask for your guides to help you journey through the dream, to get it stretched out a little bit more, because there's something in that for you. There's something in that past life for you.
Maybe write it down in a little story form.
Yeah. That's so cool. We'll put you on the list for sure, Linda. Hopefully we can get to you. Okay, love? We'll do our very best. Okay, let's Miss Tracy Ralph.
Oh, all right.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you, Ellen, for letting us read for you. So for those of you that have just joined, we are doing the garden readings, and this is the Oracle Garden that most of you are familiar with that Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden uses. We are practicing live. Interesting. I've never had two stones fall in the same spot before. Usually one is like in the spot and the other one's like on the side, but these are like two stones like boom, right in the spot. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Ellen says both of these readings were so interesting. I'll go back and re-listen later tonight. Absolutely. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
You go. You do it. You do it.
Okay. Her pyrite or grounding is in truth or throat chakra. What's going to happen is you're going to have a boost to your self-esteem for your own self-expression. So it's going to bring out more of you, more of the real you is going to be coming out. Then your mind or orange calcite is in earth. And the final thoughts on the situation are coming. So whatever situation you've been working your way through, you're going to get some important information. Because you're going to finally be able to sum it up for yourself.
Sorry.
And then your sodalite for your clarity is in fire. And that's use the ideas you carry from your past lives for a solution. So that's going to be more information on what you've got coming. And your body is in water. Your fuchsite helps from grounding elements. So you're going to want to try to ground a little bit more. And then your spirit, or your amethyst, is in true and tree of life. So we've got actions without spirit are empty. And then spirit goes forward in harmony with your plan. So things are kind of working out the way you want them.
Interesting. Bear with me 1 second.
Yep.
Okay. I apologize, Tracy, but I was sitting here and I'm like, I have to dig just a wee bit deeper for Ellen. Ellen, I pulled two of my past life cards, and the first card that I got out was the health card, and the second one is the scribe. Now, according to the book, the health card is your relationship to health and healing is influenced by other times. You may perhaps you reincarnated so quickly that you didn't have time to deal with some kind of underlying health issue, or that your physical health has caused you a hardship, but it has taught you a deeper level of compassion in the present life. And so, you could have been like a healthcare practitioner, in a past life. And the scribe is sort of revealing to you that you had a career as a writer, which, ding, 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 creativity. So I just had to, sorry, I apologize. It was like eating away at me, and I was like, don't do it. And I was like, I got to do it. I'm sorry. All right. So Tracy, here we go, my love. Pyrite is in heart chakra, which is love. Also, amethyst is in the heart chakra, which is love. So you're just lovely, really, is what that's saying. So the amethyst, of course, is your spirit, and the heart chakra for amethyst says spirit makes the heart alive, and the pyrite in the heart chakra, which is your grounding, is encourages understanding that all is not in the physical realm, and that is
Of course.
part of what you do. That
Mhm.
is part of who you are in terms of your mediumship abilities, right?
Mhm.
We have the fuchsite, or sorry, the sodalite in the third eye, which is your imagination. And that is saying to us clarity of thoughts are part of this plan. Your fuchsite is in the crown, which is your enlightenment. And that is light force of life needs to guide physical movement. And your calcite is in the air element. And that is thoughts are all important. So if I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit of self-doubt maybe, or a little bit of like, I don't get you not knowing or not understanding the message, but a little bit of self-doubt maybe, in terms of maybe you feel like your connection isn't as strong, or maybe it's just putting it out there. I'm not sure, but this is saying that it's all there.
Yeah.
You just gotta like own it. And I know that you know that, so I don't know if this makes sense or resonates or not, but that's what I've got. Wow. Did you see what Ellen wrote? I do business writing in this life. Not surprised that I was subscribed in the past. Thanks for the extra cards. Wow. Freak me out. Okay. Okay. So Tracy says, Kelly, I tend to overthink all things. Okay.
Mhm.
So that makes sense to you. That's good. Listen, as long as it makes sense to you guys,
That's perfect.
that is awesome. All right, so we take Tracy off of there. Okay, so now we have, hopefully I haven't forgotten anyone. I've got Linda, Gypsy JJ, Sue Toffee, Gerald, and Thomas.
Okay.
Holler at me if I missed anybody. I don't think that I did, but you never know. Let's do Thomas, and thank you, Thomas, for your kind compliment about my reading. I appreciate you, my friend. If anyone wants to book a private reading, details are in the description box below the video. I am open for business, friends, now. And the price is done by donation, so whatever you can afford, because I don't like people to think that they can't afford to have a reading if they feel that they need it. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only.
It's certainly entertaining us tonight.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I'm totally into it, so.
Yep, I am too.
I think we're doing an awesome job. I think Nancy Jean would be very proud. Her students are excelling.
Yep, there you go. What more can you ask for?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're only as good as your teacher, you know.
Yep.
Just saying. Isn't that what they say? It's something like that, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like. Anyways, doesn't matter. Go ahead. Call me crazy.
Okay, I have your mind is in path forward, and that's mind is open. Watch for signs. So you have got signs and signals coming your way. So keep your eyes open, your ears open, and your heart open. Okay, and then I don't know how you did this, but you got 3 stones in earth.
Wow.
We've got your amethyst, which is your spirit, is spirit transforming but not yet finished. And then your sodalite, which is your clarity. You have many plans, many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. And then your fuchsite, or your body, yes, physical changes are coming. Sodalite, amethyst, spirit transforming, plans ahead of you, the correct one in the future. Okay, so you've got a lot going on here. And then your grounding, your pyrite is in restate, rethink, so you're not blinded by the fool's gold.
Okay, sorry. What stone was in restate for him?
Pyrite.
I have calcite and restate. That's what so I was like, what? That's crazy.
Oh, that happens, especially when we're doing practice and we all read for the same person.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like you're pretty well on your way, and you've got the physical is manifesting for you. So whatever you've got going, you're working your way towards it.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, you know, we all know that Thomas has just started his new channel.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas is Tarot Your Way. I keep calling him Thomas, and I probably should refer to him as Tarot Your Way, but that it just he's Thomas. But I think that what a lovely reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just sort of starting to open up and starting to own it, and I love that for you.
Yep.
So I don't know what I can add to it, but here we go. As I said, we've got your calcite, which is your mind in the restate, and it's on the other side of the page. Get with it, Kelly. It is think of how a situation is viewed and then rethink. So we'll hold on to that thought for a minute. Now we have your sodalite in the true, and the sodalite in true, there it is. Ideas are correct. We have your pyrite in the tree of life. We're all about the tree of life over here at Doesn't Count. We're all about it tonight. That is your grounding. So fool's gold is the deception of not recognizing abundance beyond the physical. Learn that lesson for harmony. The sodalite, your clarity, is in the third eye, which is your insight. And that is insight needs to be expressed physically.
Mm-hmm.
Your amethyst is in air, and that's your spirit. And that is spirit transforms thinking. Now, I don't want to be overly personal. Just remember that whatever you have that you could consider an ailment or something that may hold you back, this reading is asking you to change that method of thinking, to remember that you are not defined by your or stigmatized by whatever it may be, whether you have diabetes or, you know, your hair is blue with yellow polka dots, and, you know, whether you're short or you're tall or you're skinny or you're not, whether you have anxiety, it doesn't define you, right? You are who you are. And it's asking you to remember your gifts and what you have to offer, not the package that it comes in. I think that's what this message is about, which I think is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got for you, Thomas. So I hope that you appreciate that. Hope you resonate with it. I hope that it makes sense. And I thank you for asking the question. Let us go to Gerald, who is lurking. Hi, Joji. Nice to see you. Gerald is lurking, cooking, doing something.
I'll be visiting him tomorrow.
My illness make my mind more open. Absolutely. And just always remember that. Because that's what I'm getting. Whether I'm right or not, that's what's coming through. So, Gerald is here. I was just on with Gerald.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot you were on this morning, weren't you?
No, just at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
A little while ago.
Alrighty. Okay, you know how my day's been going when I think it was this morning.
It's all right. It happens all the time. Do you mean 8 p.m. my time or 8 p.m. your time?
Exactly. Both.
Exactly. I got all the Gerald stones pretty much fell together. For me. What about for you?
Mine are kind of spread out, so I've got a lot more to read here. Thank you. I love you too.
No, I meant haha, like how funny is that? Yours are spread out, mine are all clumped together. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
While you get all your facts together over there.
All right.
All right, Gerald, your sodalite is in the present, which is great. Clarity of the variety of paths. Your calcite, which is your mind, is in the element of air. And so that is thoughts are all important. Your amethyst and your pyrite are both in water. So the amethyst is your spirit, transmutation is completed. The pyrite is your grounding, and that is grounding changes are setting into long-term patterns, which is lovely. So now comes your fuchsite, which is your body, and that is sitting between water, go for it, and fire. So in fire, it is embody your past. In go for it, it is movement is easy. And in the fire element, no, sorry, I already said that. The water element is helps from grounding elements. And so I sort of feel that like this sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, but it's like you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing to be able to be like the best you that you can be. But the grounding thing that has come out like 3 times seems to either be something that and I don't know, I'm hoping that Angela's gonna expand on it. I don't know if it's something that you need to do just a little bit more of, or maybe I don't know that less than is the correct term, but I feel like it might be like a different, like I have a different variety, if that makes sense. Like maybe like a step to the left of what you're doing, or like mix it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna pull a card. Will you do what you're gonna do there?
Okay. Well, first Gerald would give me one of these stones that falls in the middle of everything.
Way to go, Gerald.
So your mind or your orange calcite has landed in your heart and solar chakras, solar plexus rather, heart and solar plexus, and that's power through connecting mental forces. Mind is being opened by the heart.
Pardon me while I try to get the card.
And then,
yourselves. Holy cow.
and your orange calcite is also on earth and fire. And that's do not become tied to false energy of the past. Final thoughts in the situation are coming. So it sounds like things are coming together for you, even though it also landed on false and restate. So mind is misleading. Think of how situation is viewed, rethink. Since that's quite kind of in the middle between the chakras and the elements. I would say you've got minor tweaks to make into the way you're looking at things, but you've pretty much got a handle on it. And then we have your pyrite is in your crown chakra. And that's the pyrite in the crown chakra helps give confidence in our ability to connect energies. So this is about you connecting your spirit and your earth energies. And then your amethyst is in air. Spirit transforms thinking. So you've got a lot of thinking here going on. You must be all up in your head. And then your body is in fire.
Sorry, I'm laughing because literally we just were talking about sort of a similar thing when I was on with him earlier today. That's the only reason
Okay, yes, your body's in fire. So embody your past. Own it. It's yours. You got it. And then your sunlight or your clarity is in go for it and true. So you pretty well got things wired. Go for it is move now on intuitions and ideas. True is your ideas are correct. So there you go. You do have a grip on it.
The card that I pulled for you, Gerald, was the moss, which is adaptability.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's all over this reading.
Which is interesting to me because I was getting like, grounding, more grounding. And it's like when I said like maybe step to the left, so maybe try something different. Like sometimes you almost become like sort of immune to something. So maybe you just, spice it up a little bit or try something different to get the same effect and just to add a little bit more excitement, if that makes sense. In terms of grounding, of course, is what I meant. Friends. Thank you, Gerald, for asking the question. Appreciate you letting us read for you. All right. So we have Linda, Gypsy JJ, and Sue. Let us go with Sue. And Sue would like to know, like a mini reading for 2 weeks. I don't know that we can give it a time, but we'll just throw the stones and let's see what we've got.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Okay. He says thank you. JC says that is exactly where amethyst should be. Air and crown, most at home there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Miss Sue. I was really loud. Sorry. It's like, take that.
That's what happens when you throw rocks.
Right? I got confused with what I was doing. Sorry. I like it when all the stones land in close proximity to each other, all in individual slots. It makes it so much easier to sort of decipher.
Yep.
Because it can get a little confusing when you have to, when one lands in like a crossing, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So Sue, for you, I have your sodalite in fire. And that is using the ideas that you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. Your amethyst, which is your spirit, is in the element of air, and that spirit transforms thinking. Your orange calcite, which is your mind, is in earth element, which is final thoughts on a situation are coming. Your pyrite is in false, and your pyrite is your grounding. And the false is your values need to be reconsidered. Your fuchsite is in the path forward, and that is your body. So physical feelings will move you to the next step. So I feel two things here. Number one, I wonder if you have been like feeling like you're getting signs or messages, or something's kind of like nagging at you, but like you're not really paying attention to it. That's my first thought. My second thought is that I don't know how to articulate this. I feel like you know what you're supposed to be doing in terms of like spiritually. Like spirit is telling you and giving you the messages, exactly what you're supposed to do, but for some reason you can't quite get there. Well, that's what I've got for you. While Angela does her thing, I'll pull a card and see if I can figure out like what I'm trying to get at, because I don't know which one it is. Okay. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, I've got your mind, or your orange calcite, in the heart. Also, your grounding, your pyrite, is in the heart chakra. So your mind is being opened by your heart, and your pyrite being in the heart encourages understanding that all is not in the physical realm. So
look at that. You see that? Discovery. Okay. Well, now that makes sense.
Yep. So your heart is opening you up really well. And then you have your sodalite in fire. Sodalite's your clarity. And use the ideas you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. There you go. You got to do it all over again. Or at least look at it again to move forward. Then your body, or your fuchsite, is in future. And that's something will physically appear in the future. So you've got something physically manifesting for you. Something that you've been working on. So, and with your amethyst and path forward, you've got your way. Just balance your energy to move ahead. So you're moving ahead quite well. And you've got things manifesting for you.
I kind of dig that. I feel like I just want to say that if you are unsure or uncertain of guidance, or looking, trying to figure out exactly what a message means, and I know that you know this, just a reminder to ask for the clarity before you go to sleep so that it can come to you in a dream. That's all. I just totally channeled my Devil Wears Prada. That's all. Don't know where that came from. Anyways, thank you, Sue, for being here. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you for letting us read on you, or for you. Not on you, read for you. All right. All right, Miss Gypsy JJ.
Okay.
Okay, so she says that was amazing. Thank you, Kelly and Angela. Yes, I will ask. And yes, I get great dreams. Okay.
Good. Fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry. Just like all of the stones are like right. I haven't had that. They're like right in the center, and then one is off to the side.
Oh, that'll throw you.
Yeah. Hi, Bims. I'm like freezing, you guys. Like, what is going on? No, seriously, all joking aside, take a seventh inning stretch for a moment, if you don't mind. Sorry, Gypsy JJ. The last 3 nights in a row, because I went to the garden center on the weekend before we're supposed to, because we Canadians all start doing our gardening, meaning planting, on the May 24th, or we call it the May 2-4 weekend, which is never really on the 24th, but it doesn't matter. That's relevant. It's around the 24th. That's when the gardening centers, even though they're usually open before that, but that's when gardening actually happens. But actually, we've had frost for the last 3 nights. Frost.
Oh, no.
Of course, because I finally went to the garden center and I finally got some plants. That's why the frost warning happened. So it's my fault. So today's high was 8 degrees and tomorrow is 20.
Oh, Lord.
So if you like, why am I shivering?
Mm-hmm.
It's like minus something right now. Like it's freezing here. Crazy weather. Anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Okay. I've got your body or your fuchsite in path forward, and that's that your physical feelings will move you to the next step. So you've just got to read those cues from your body as to which way to go. Then I've got your sodalite in earth. Your sodalite is your clarity. You have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. So listen to those body signals for a way to narrow down which path you're going to take. And then the other 3 stones are all in fire. So here goes. Your orange calcite is do not become tied to false energy of the past. Your amethyst is thoughts from the past are clouding or enlightening your ideas. So it could take you either way. You have to just discern which way you're going in there. And then your pyrite is your clarification comes from dealing with your past. So your past is really kind of dictating your path forward. You need to listen to those cues from your body and pick out the path that's the best one for you. It'll come forward.
I don't think that's like a past life. I think that's the just before. Yep. Sorry to trot all over your reading, but whatever. When it comes, it comes. What can I tell you? Okay. So, Gypsy JJ, we start out with your fuchsite in the future, which is lovely. Of course, it's on the other side of the page, as it has been all night long. So, why stop now? So, this is fuchsite is for your body, right? Will physically appear in the future.
Yep.
Okay. Your pyrite is between air and water elements. And pyrite is your grounding. So the air is mental actions are the path for your guidance. And water is grounding changes are setting in to long-term patterns. So whatever you're doing sort of in terms of the grounding, it seems like that is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Your sodalite is in water, And that is, you have the clarity you need, follow one of the paths, and use your life force to resolve your situations. So you may be struggling with a little bit of indecision or procrastination, is what I'm getting from that. Your amethyst literally is right in the center of the cloth between the north, south, east, and west. So here we go. Amethyst is about your spirit. So you are sitting on the air element, which spirit transforms thinking, and the fire element, which is thoughts from past clouding or enlightening ideas. The earth, spirit transforming but not yet finished, and water, transmutation is completed. Which some of those sound like they're contradictory. If I had to narrow it down, I would say that it is more between water and earth than it is air and fire. So water, again, is transmutation is completed, and earth is spirit transforming but not yet finished. So remember, one is transforming and one is transmuting, right?
Mm-hmm.
The calcite is in earth. Final thoughts on situation are coming. It's also half in air, which our thoughts are all important. So it feels like you got a lot going on in your mind, a lot of thinking, a lot of trying to find answers, figure things out, which direction, which step, all of that kind of stuff. And I think that if you allow yourself to just sort of trust it and own it in a way where you say, okay, you know what, most of the outcomes, I'm going to leave that to the universe, because if I spend any more time thinking about this, I literally could make myself crazy with the woulda, shoulda, couldas, or the plan A, plan B, plan C, etc., right? There's a certain point in time when we have to get off that train. We have to sort of like make a decision and be like, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to have happen, etc., and just trust in the universe that's what's going to help us, as long as you're doing all the other things that you need to do, grounding and doing self-care and nourishing your body properly. That's what I'm getting from this is you got to slow down the thinking, really the overthinking, not the thinking, but the overthinking, because the clarity is there, but I don't think it's like you can't see the forest for the trees, because you might be slightly overcomplicating things. That's what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So thank you for asking the question. Thank you for being here, and thank you for letting us read on you. Hi, Teresa. Bye, Gerald. Okay. Last up for the evening, Miss Linda. Okay. All right. You can go if you want.
Have you learned mine yet?
What? Slacking or what? No, I'm just kidding.
We got crazy.
No, you're not going to die soon. What made you say that, Gypsy JJ?
Gypsy JJ, just get out of your head. Oh, wow. Okay, what do we do when two fall off the board?
Throw him again. That's what I would do.
Lady, you need grounded. Your grounding keeps popping right off the table. I kid you not. I can't keep it on the table.
Your grounding's got bounce, is what it's called.
This is crazy. I've never had to do that before. You need grounding. I mean, half bury yourself in the earth at this point.
Are both your feet on the floor?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just making sure. I mean, maybe it was for you. I don't know. There isn't a section for flying stones. I don't know what to do. Should we call Nancy Jean?
I guess we should, because this one won't stay on the table.
All right. Linda, I'm going to go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Because the flying stone lady over there doesn't. It's gotta get a net, cast a net. So your pyrite is sitting in the path forward, and that is more of the abundance is to be created. Lovely. That is for grounding, by the way. Your amethyst is sitting in the third eye, which is insight, and that is spirit helps your vision see around the corner, which is lovely. Your calcite is sitting in fire element, and on the other side of the page, Kelly, do not become tied to false energy of the past. The sodalite is sitting in the fire element as well. And that is use the ideas you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. And your fuchsite is between earth and air. So ground your thoughts and physical changes coming. So, sorry, I just read Ron's comment, when stones are flying, make sure you don't get stoned. So I feel like this kind of confused me when I was first sort of thinking about it, because, and the reason that it confused me is like, where was it? The grounding changes are settling into long-term patterns or something. And I was like, what? Okay. So what I think that this is talking about is honestly the idea that it's like you're going to be doing something and all of a sudden it's going to sort of hit you in a very profound sort of way that, oh, this, you know what I mean? Like one of those kind of moments, if that makes sense. Sorry, you guys are cracking me up in the chat, stoned and confused. I'm not doing a good job of explaining. You go, Angela, and let me see if I can figure out a way to explain this better.
Okay. I have your amethyst, or your spirit, in the heart chakra, and that spirit makes the heart alive. So you're really coming into your own here. I feel like that's what's going on. The major theme of this reading, your sodalite, or your clarity, is in fire, and that's use the ideas you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. So that's going to be carrying you forward. It's going to help you deal with these changes in your heart. Your heart is coming out of a kind of a settled state. You're really coming back to life. You're roaring back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then your body is in earth. That's your fuchsite. And that's physical changes are coming. Oh, that it does add to it.
And I got that too.
You got physical changes coming. And then your mind, or your orange calcite, is in your third eye. And that is third eye intuition is to insight. So that's going to bring you insights into what's going on. You just need to sit and let the answers come to you.
Okay.
And with your grounding stone not wanting to stay on the map, you really need to ground.
Yeah.
Seriously ground.
Wait till I show you the card that I just pulled, because now it's going to make sense.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea. All right. Oh, okay. So, I mean, when it flips over inside, it is. Anyways, here we go. So we've got the emotional desert, right? Inactivity and isolation. Now, I'm not saying that you are, isolating yourself at home or anything like that. But is it possible that like you might feel like you're in a bit of a drought sort of situation somehow, like you're not being nourished? You know what I mean? Like you're not being fulfilled or fed from your connection. I don't know if that makes sense. You know how sometimes we can just, like, you can feel like you are totally ready to go, totally tuned up, as I like to refer to it, but you don't feel like your connection's that strong. And then other days, like, it's just like bam, 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 bam. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Because I don't know if you're feeling, I feel like you're feeling that. I think that's what I'm picking up, that you're feeling that. But I don't feel like that's actually how it is.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So then I've got, like, this is causing you a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress. And so if it's causing you stress, that would account for the, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I'm confused. Explain it to me again. Come at me again. You know what I mean? So, like, not getting it on the first or second time, which we all have those moments. And the last card I pulled, which is just, be proud of yourself. You guys know I say this all the time, and I don't say it because I like to hear myself talk, although let's face it, friends, I can chat. We all know that. But you have to make sure that you celebrate every step of the journey. It doesn't matter how many steps the journey is. Every step needs to be celebrated, because not every step is the exact same as the one prior or the one that's coming ahead of or after it, right? You're okay. See? So
there you go.
Card, not the garden, Kelly. Huh? There we go. So that makes sense.
That makes sense of the pyrite too.
Yeah.
For grounding.
So I really, really want you, Linda, to just love yourself up as much as you can when you feel it necessary to do so, because I feel like you're feeling like a little wounded right now, if that makes sense. And so I think hand over the heart, self-comforting, self-soothing, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm vibing. What do you think, Ange?
I think you hit it right on the head. Yep.
Well, hopefully I didn't hurt anyone while I hit them on the head with my thoughts there.
Looks like Andrea was sympathizing with me earlier. She just woke up from a nap.
So thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for letting us read on you. Thank you for asking questions. Thanks for hanging out with us. This was fun doing.
Oh, yeah, it
was. Thank you, Angela, for being here.
Absolutely. This was a gas. I really enjoyed it.
Right? Wasn't it fun?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. Now, I want to say that Oh, thank you, Andrea. Yeah, he has. My husband has diverticulitis. He's okay now, but he had a bad bout a week or so ago, and he was down for the count for a couple of days. And when the diverticulitis acts up, then he has to go on like a liquid diet. And
Oh, that sounds like torture.
well, it is for all the people in the house because then I don't want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad. You know what I mean? It's like the
Yep.
whole thing. Anyway, but thank you, Angela. Appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you to you, Angela, for being here and for hanging out with me. What is going on for you? What do you want to tell people where you're going to be or what you're doing
I'll
or
be with
whatever?
Tarot Stash tomorrow morning.
There you go. So everyone head on over to Gerald's channel, Tarot Stash. Angela will be there tomorrow. What time, my dear?
I think it's at 10 o'clock.
That would be AM, friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we know my confusion with time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
I'm
Connie.
sorry, at noon.
Oh, okay. At noon.
At noon. So that pinpoints it.
There you go. Hi, Connie. Sorry, there is no list. It just we're finished. We started at 8. So we're all done now for the night. But you're more than welcome to come back when we're on next,
Mhm.
and pop your question in the chat when we say so, and we'll get you answered up. I promise.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, my friends, I'm going to let you go. You guys all have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. Everybody make sure that you check out Angela's channel. Show my friends some love. I would greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for us. And we will see you when we see you next. Mwah! Many blessings. Bye, everybody.
Mhm.